mix up some epoxy for, we're going to put a sponson, start putting one of these sponsons together. Make sure we got enough because it takes a good bit. Thin it down just a little bit so we can get them mixed up really good. Takes a lot of mixing, guys. When you put the alcohol in it, you got to mix it up really, really good.
All the joints on the sides and the bottom.
Yeah, it went white and now it's, or milky looking now. It's clearing up a lot. Getting nice and clear. That ought to be good. Alright guys, let's grab one of these better paint brushes here so I can get into it. Something's a little hard there. That's a little better there. Alright you guys. Thin plies on the outside. So this will be the outside. We'll stick that in there. Like so. Like so. I got two little balls right here we need to stick off in here. A tissue keeps the epoxy from getting down in there. So this is our outside and this is our inside, guys. That's our piece of foam. We got these blocks that's got to go in there too. So let's get started here.
Twist as it cures. Twist. I can even feel excess interlocks. The sides, these aren't two pieces just putted like this.
Yeah, baby.
Sides and bottoms. So
make sure you got some epoxy on there.
In opposing directions. So that's the plan. I'm going to epoxy this together.
Gotta kind of hurry too.
Battery tray. So I know the driver.
Doing it good and wet with epoxy. Yeah. And this is waterproof in the inside as we're putting the sponsons together, guys.
Sides of the tub. Epoxy to the bottom.
Get that sucker good and covered with it.
We have the battery tray cross members.
May not have mixed up enough.
Using the
May have to mix up another little batch right quick to finish it up. Alright guys, stick these through here like a so.
Catching edges here.
These boards are crooked, guys. They're bowed and stuff, but it will straighten out. Put a little bit of tape on. Let's mix up a little bit more epoxy, guys.
Seal the bottom of the battery tray before I
just to make sure we have enough.
Access the bottom of the battery tray. So now it's a matter of waiting for this to cure. Nice and
just mix it in with that.
It's ready to come off in here. Epoxy is cured.
You guys, damn epoxy off of there. We're gonna do this side right quick. Clean most of that out of that damn hole.
Here's a close-up shot of these plugs they put in these holes that were for the stock motor mount, which I'm not using. I used pieces of plywood off the laser cut sheets.
We got these wooden dowels.
Edge on it.
We also got to put on.
I choose to go with a natural finish anywhere. Just have the appearance of the former. Next up on the globe, obviously the transit in, do some sealing inside the tub. So we'll put the battery tray in. Have the former nose box in place and put the front box sheet.
There we go.
Top sheeting, and after we get the top sheeting on, we have the front. I bought this ABS mounting, self mounting, and it's for version 1. I thought I could use it, it's wide enough, but scale wise it's not big, it's not long enough to scale up. So I want some 16 plywood, long enough piece of plywood, and some 2-ounce fiberglass straw. Make a one-off.
Just enough, Foxy guys. Have to run these wooden dowels down in there. That's it.
If you struggle with your gas and sensitive stomach,
Thought they would go further, but
finding the right food for you also until this. Why do people ignore the vaccine? You should trust
I'm not too happy with that. I want a little bit more than that on them bitches.
Nutrition made by scientists and recommended by Wes. The best part, I don't have to stress. Chewy delivers it fast and free whenever I need. Try clearing up the platform Chewy healthy next time.
Doesn't take much to level up the brass tubes for the sponson rods.
Alright guys, this epoxy is cured on this sponsons. Uh-oh. Can't get my finger on it. Coming along, looking good. Guys, I've been building one of the sponsons already off video. That way I know the best way to build it to show you guys. I have a big knife around here so I see it. Alright, now we got our sponson. We're going to take and cut this foam. I use a really sharp knife, guys, and just You can use a hot knife if you want. I just found that a really sharp knife works pretty good. It's gotta be a sharp one though. If not, it don't do nothing but like pull that old phone. You need that stuff down level so you can put your sponsons on. Cutting into the wood. What I've been doing is slicing a little bit out of that corner right there, just to make sure I got good epoxy and all in there when I it's looking good. The knife is pretty sharp, guys. There we go. Nice, fellas. Gotta make sure it's at least even, guys, or a little below it. Even is best, but a little below it's fine too. Because on this kit you actually stick the epoxy straight to the foam and the wood at the same time. Alright guys, that looks pretty dang good there, fellas. Make sure that's good, just so we know we got enough. Alright, our next parts, it's epoxy this, or this piece and this piece on the back of it. And that is, let's look back in our book. It is 4A 5A, which is a R1 here, and R4A, R2A, 6, and R5. And R3 and R4. Alright guys, I'm gonna sand these up a little bit. Get ready to put some epoxy on the other pieces. Alright guys, let's mix up a little bit of epoxy. We don't need much at all. We only got 2 pieces to glue this trip. Be glad when we get to doing finishing resin. Sealing. But we're gonna take our time. We're gonna do it nice. We're gonna do it right. Alright. See what I'm doing here, guys? Giving it a generous dosing. I'll stick this in on the back right here. Grab the tape. Push it down tight. And that's what you want there, guys. Plenty of epoxy on there. Alright. Let's do R2. Same way. Give it a good generous helping. Guys, you don't want water getting in these sponsons later on, so that's the reason I say give it a good generous helping. And this one here goes on the back here. Gonna line it up with the top. And then we're gonna take it and put it in this vise right here, so it don't scratch it up. Line it up good. Make sure we get a little bit of overhang on both sides. We're gonna push that up there till it's at that corner. Right there looks pretty good there, guys. Not really concerned too much about this excess epoxy, but we will wipe a little bit of it off, because when we go to file the outside edges of it down with the file, we get in there real smooth and tight. Alright guys, we're gonna leave it right there, and when that dries, I get y'all guys back on and we'll mount 3, 4, and 5 on there, and then we'll do 6 last. Alright guys, we got our sponson back on the table here. We got R5, R4A, R4, and R3. These pieces go here, here, boom, boom, bam, bam, like that. And we're gonna get some epoxy ready and get ready to stick them on, guys. I'll get y'all back on when I get the epoxy mixed up. Alright guys, we got some epoxy in the cup. Get it mixed up good. We're gonna start sticking these pieces. What we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna, oh shit, I should have mixed up more epoxy than that. We got all them doggone pieces to do. Yeah, let's mix up just a little bit more there, fellas. Maybe a drop, 2 of alcohol in it. Just for good measure. Thin it out just a little bit. Guys, look at the paint on the 40-inch OBL Outlaw. I'm finna make me a new hatch for it and get it painted up. Picked up the paint for this wooden outrigger today, guys. We're gonna do more or less a stars and stripes, more or less a flag scheme. Make sure we get plenty on this bad boy. We want it to stick good. Feel that little crack in back there, that little void. There you go. Let's start out with R4. And all you want to do is make sure we got a little reveal on both sides. Probably not enough tape. Tape that bad boy down in place. Alright, and then we can take 5, tape it down in place. That one you definitely want to get it pretty well right where you want it. I try to make mine even right here, and leave it hanging over just a little bit, because if you make it even right there, it's gonna be straight across there, bro. It's gonna be straight. Should be straight. Alright, drop R4 down in the slot here. Stick it up under there, just like so. Oh, throw some tape on that bad boy. Watch the video today, guys, on YouTube. A guy with this boat right here, 125 miles an hour, guys. It's not up under there good. Maybe I need to loosen that one up. Ugh. Put my hand right in it. Try to keep them nice and straight. And this one right here. Old tape on her. Couple more pieces of tape on it. And voila, guys. That's that. We could. Nah. Alright guys, when that sets up, we'll pull the tape on it and get ready to glue the top piece on there and the nose cone. Sand all that, the sides down, shave them down, get them even with the sides. The overhang, get it cut off, and then we'll glue the nose piece on there and get ready to start sealing on it. I got a little bit of sealing left to do on here. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and seal this sponson over here tonight. Probably mount my ESC. I'm gonna use that for an ESC tray, just like old Sam Hailstorm. And put my other brass tube in, go ahead and mount it in. And finish the sealing on here, guys, and we'll be almost ready. We gotta build that bottom ski and put our stuffing tube in, which I'm waiting on from OSC, because the one I had, guys, is long as hell. It's about 16 inches long and it still ain't long enough. Look at there, guys. I mean, it's barely enough to reach. Yeah, it's not even really enough to reach. It barely would reach, but by the time it needs to come on out here, because I'm putting that strut on there. So it's got to be longer than what I got. I need about an inch longer than that. So I ordered a 36-inch one. We get all that installed, and we'll be working on painting here for long, guys. All right, guys.
That is awesome, y'all.
Let me
nice pocket.
Pause that. We got our boom tube sleeve in here, collar, whatever you'd like to call it. We're gonna go ahead and epoxy it in. Take this good epoxy we got mixed up here and spread it around with this old paintbrush a little bit. Make sure we get us a generous amount on there. Right. Slide that bad boy over into place and lock her down. Take his excess epoxy, just kind of wipe it down good and smooth there. Make it look nice. Always want a good looking job. That looks good right there. Take a little bit, go around that a little bit with it. That way we'll know it's locked into place. There we go. Alright guys, let's flip it around. We get this side right quick. I will understand. Yes, sir. That's looking good. Just enough epoxy too. Slide that bad boy over in there. Push it in there good and tight. I'll lock her down. Wipe that excess down so it ain't all just piled up. Make sure it's making good contact over on your wood. Take a little bit more. Go around the outside of your tube there. Just take, kind of waterproof them a little bit. Cause they ain't been waterproof, but covering the outside of them with that epoxy will definitely do it. There we go, guys. Boom, tube collar epoxied in. That looks pretty good, guys. Not too bad. Not too bad. We already got them done up there. I did these off camera, guys. I need to file that down right there. I'm gonna leave that little edge right there. But everything else is looking great, guys. We almost ready for paint. We got to build that bottom ski right here. Oh, I ain't figured out how exactly I want to do it. As for that, this is our ski right here. I guess it goes all the way back to the very back like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna get this set up and I might just do this all I want to say I'll do it all camera because it's gonna be tedious. I'm gonna have to fool with it for a little bit, but yeah, it shouldn't be too god awful bad, I wouldn't think. We can't mount it on the boat until we get that stuffing tube in there, but yeah, I'll get it set up, guys, and I'll get you guys back on when I get this set up. Alright guys, let's mix up a little bit of epoxy to finalize this ski with. I already did part of it off camera, guys, just so I can make sure I had it straight. Get us some of this good stuff here. Get us something to mix it with. Dun, dun, dun. Get it mixed up really good. I got y'all facing there, guys. Make sure y'all can see. Let that epoxy start getting clear. Still waiting on that ski that sponge in there to set up, guys, so we can file it down and glue the top on it, and it'll be finished up and ready for sealer. Alright, that ought to be mixed up pretty good. Alright, what we're gonna do, guys, we're just gonna kind of prop it up on the edge a little bit. Can get it to stay there. We're gonna run this right down that corner. As if we can get it set up there. Oh God. Y'all gonna see me cuss here in a minute, guys. Making a damn mess. I'm glad that's inside the sponsor, so I ain't gotta look at it. I'd be mad about it. Probably take some alcohol and clean it all off if it was inside my boat where I could see it. Yeah, guys, that'll do good there. But anyway, guys, we're just gonna go right on down this line all the way to the end, do the other side. I'll get y'all back on when we get close to the end. Alright, guys, this epoxy ought to be set by now. It's been a couple hours. Take our tape off and we get ready to put the top on it. Alright, sweet. That's good. Oh crap. Look at that. Wasn't down good, guys. Look at there. We're gonna have to put a little bit of epoxy in there and clamp it down when we do this top part. Make sure we remember that. Alright, let's mix up some epoxy. You're gonna have a good bit. I'm about to run out of epoxy. Yeah, getting really low. Really low. Get that stuff mixed up really good. We get our brush and brush that mug on. Alright, that'll be good enough. Guys, let's mop her down. Caked down good with epoxy, guys. Make sure she's ironclad. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Alright. Get this bad boy on there. All good, as long as we got a little bit of overhang on each side so we can file it down. Make sure it's stuck down good. Before that epoxy sets up, we hit them spots on that bottom ski right quick. Make sure you get that epoxy down in there. Don't worry about getting it on it, guys, because it's gonna all that'll get filed off anyway. Now she'll make a good tight seal, guys. She ought to be good and on there now. Alright, we'll let that there set up. And when that's done, I'll get y'all guys back on and we'll sand it down and we'll do some waterproofing. Alright guys. Let's mix up a little bit of epoxy and glue our nose piece on. If we can get any epoxy out. We don't need much. Not much for that nose. We're gonna make sure it's got plenty glue. They say you can always sand it off. It's hard to put it under there after you done glued it on and part of it ain't sticking good. It's hard to try to pry it open and put freaking glue up under it and get it back on. Like that right there. Give it a good mash. Make sure it's just a little above it there. Wipe a little bit of that excess off right there. I moved it a little bit. There we go. Guys, grab my little vise out over here. We stick that in our vise. Like a flow. Yeah, that's good. We'll let that dry. And then we'll shape it up like we did this one, guys. See, I already did this one off camera. It looks really good. I might need to put, when I got that doggone epoxy out, there was a little old wood chip right there in the corner, guys. I don't know if y'all can see it. I've been building it up with epoxy and then just filing it down to where I need it. So we'll see how that right there does. That looks good. That'll probably do the rest of what I need. Alright guys, when that sets up, I'll get you guys back on and I'll go ahead and shape that up off camera like I did this one, and we'll get ready to seal these. And then after we get them sealed twice, guys, we'll be ready for paint almost, at least on these sponsons, because I'm waiting in the mail for the stuffing tube to come from OSC before I can finish putting this on there. But I'm gonna finish building it today. We'll sand that down. I'll do that off camera, get that angle there, and we'll put our last part of our ski on and sand that angle off on it, and that'll be ready. We'll go ahead and seal it and get it ready to go on the boat, and then it'll be ready for paint as soon as that stuffing tube comes. And what we'll do, we'll go ahead and start painting on these sponsons once we get them sealed. Alright guys, when this gets set up, I'll get y'all back on. Alright guys, I got the sponsons all shaped up and all. We're about to seal them right quick. I'm ready to get started on the paint for this thing. Make sure we seal them good. Yeah, we get that out of them holes. Scrape it out with a knife when we start to epoxy our boom tube retainer collars or whatever the hell they are in there. nose really good. Yeah, guys, I know. I should be using gloves. I never use gloves. I hate gloves. But I probably should. But don't do as I do. Cause I don't claim to be no professional. Just the average guy. Likes to work on boats. Likes to play with RC cars and trucks, and thinking about even getting some planes. Not sure yet. Alright. That's number one. Guys, I want to try to lay it to where it don't. Yeah, it's probably going to stick right there. Maybe it won't stick right there on the. Set it on the sponsons. Maybe not. I don't know. If it does, it shouldn't stick because it's down wax paper. Dang, that's what happened when I dropped it on the floor earlier. Kind of bent my corner a little bit, guys. Try to make sure I get it in all them little, if there's any cracks, they should already be filled up with epoxy, guys, but just to make sure, you want to make sure you get a good helping around them little cracks there. Wipe it down in there good. Damn it, I didn't mean to hit that.